Here with Kip right now. We're talking a little post-Rumble party. First off, you saw Sheamus.
Or if it's not Kip, it's Billy Gunn.
Which one do you prefer, Kip?
Let's just go Kip. Let's just be real, Kip.
I feel we should go real.
Billy Gunn, then.
You think is that the realness of you? He's the realest. He wants to live.
If we're gonna do interviews and talk about wrestling, Billy.
Okay,
if we're gonna talk about wrestling a little and family life, Kip. So let's go Billy.
Okay, let's go Billy right now. Okay, let's go Billy right now so everybody can see that. First off, the Rumble, Sheamus winning the Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho is the guy that he eliminated. Overall, the Royal Rumble match, a lot of people are talking about the talent, that they don't have that superstar main power. Now, you see the roster, you watch the program. Which guy are you most impressed with right
now? Well, I'll say Dolph Ziggler.
The guy that everybody thinks about.
Yes. Yeah, let me just throw that out there because everybody thinks he's just like me. But he's not. He's got a lot of talent. I mean, the Rumble in itself, because I didn't go, but I mean, of course, I heard all about it.
Sure.
Sheamus winning out of left field. I mean, I don't even know. My opinion in it means close to nothing besides to
means
you.
A lot, actually.
But it's such a swerve that I mean, I don't even know where you go with that.
Sure.
You know, I know he's good. He's a great star. He's an up and coming guy, and they've already done a little something with him. But then they dropped him back down, and now they're picking back up. But it's kind of a swerve to where you go with him.
Yeah.
So I mean, in all together, the Rumble just a little swervy. You know,
it's kind of unpredictable.
Yes, yeah. And if that's what they were looking for, they got it. They got it. But yeah, to go back to Ziggler, he's phenomenal. I mean, and what makes him good is that he makes everybody look good. I mean, in this business, and I think that's why I stayed so long, and I'm not saying compare me to him, because a lot of people do, but he's his own guy. Sure. He's got great talent, and whether I had talent or not, that's up in the air with a lot of people.
How many years have you been in this business?
A long time.
20 years?
But me being there for as long as I was, 13 years, is because I was that way too, though.
Sure.
I was a make other guys look good, I knew that's what I did, and I knew did that good, and that's what they used me for. And yeah, I had my, don't get me wrong, yeah, I had my high times and good times, but it was always the aspect of I was the guy that they could always go to. I was, like in the gates at all times, ready to go and do whatever with anybody,
Yeah, and I think the best thing we saw is you worked so well with so many different superstars. Whether it's a very powerful guy, the feud you have, or whether it's a 195-pound athletic guy that they try to make look really good. I think that's one of the best things you had. Now, you see all the talent in the roster and everything, and people always ask, you saw BG James, your boy Road Dogg. Obviously, people put you two together. They see some of the greatest tag teams and realize that you guys were so close. Now, he got a great pop at the Rumble. He's a guy that's an agent now with the company.
Yes.
He's looking at that. What do you see in him? Is he more backstage figure? Is he going to do more in-ring competitiveness? What do you see, especially from him just recently getting hired?
I think he stays back. I mean, I don't, because eventually, it's a novelty to people when they see him, because he is so entertaining. He's so much fun to watch. I mean, I got to watch him for years, and I still can't get enough of him. I mean, he really is. But in a working aspect of wrestling again, I think it would kind of, and not to put me over or to make me anybody, but I think it would, not that he's not a good talent by himself, but they're so used to once you hear. It's the same with me. I mean, I go out and do indie shows, and it's almost like they're looking for Brian to come behind me somewhere, and it makes, and you feel it. You feel it because the people make you feel it. And I think he feels the same way, because me and him are all on the same page. But you could have him come out and do something, but I think it would kind of be almost lacking the guy that makes us one, because we're almost, we're like that heart that's split in two, and your wife wears, and then you wear the other one, and then you put it together.
You come back together. Yep. Absolutely.
And I think that's what it is. I mean, because I feel it, he feels it. When I do indie shows, like I said, I mean, you go out there, and you get that reaction, but then there's still that guy. I wish the other guy was there.
Well, let me transition to that now. Obviously, you have your workout video, which is really popular. It's doing fantastic. You look at them, and you're in great shape, and you can still go. Now, here's the question: do you want to return with the company? What is your overall goal right now as you progress in your life?
I would love to go back up there, of course, and to go to work. It would be the same thing. If they needed me, every just now and then, just to go, hey, look, oh yeah, there he is, there he is,
right?
yeah. But I would love to go and be agent, producer, trainer. I love training people. I love to give people what I know, because the best thing you can do is give away what you have. And I feel I do know something. A lot of time. Like people always ask me about interview stuff. Okay, I'm not the best interviewer in the world. Everybody knows that. But
I mean, you're impressing this guy. So
but I know what good ones are. I've been around the best ever in this business. Of course, one was my partner, and then Rock and Steve, and I know how they do it. So I love to teach people. I love to teach guys how to wrestle. I just love, and just if they, I could give them a whole plethora of stuff. Like that word, plethora. I've never used big words.
You're using big words. You're using the big words.
And if I can give them something and they take away one or two things that make them better, I'm a happy camper.
So you think you can be back as a trainer? That's one of the.
I would like to. I mean, me going back and them taking me back are
two different things.
Yeah, it's kind of like we're all over here, kind of like we're trying to come to a mutual agreement. Not really. We're just trying to get them to call me. Actually,
trying to bend the bridges, over the years.
Yeah. You got some of that to do, and just like I think most people that work there do, But I don't think I got any more heat than most people.
I mean, you bring guys like Brett and Hulk back, I think they can mend those bridges sometime.
Yeah, a little bit, right?
You know what I mean? Last question for you, man, as we're wrapping up. We appreciate the time, really. Out of all the talent, you always hear the John Cena, the love, the hate for a guy like that. Somebody who's a very polarizing figure. Now, what's your take on him? I mean, a lot of people talk about his, how he works so hard for the company, how he does that, but they always criticize what he does in the ring. What's your take on a guy like that?
Who cares? He's been the face of that company for a long time. I mean, without him, where is that company? I mean, not to say that the company dies without him, but he's the face of the company. He's been the face of the company, and I think, I think that is a main reason why he's kind of getting the "you suck" chant, because there is somebody that kind of can come and kind of challenge him for that spot, and people are just digging it. Yeah, are they tired of John Cena? I don't want to say that, but I think it's more that they see something else come. Not that somebody would be a bigger star than him. They're not there. He is the star there.
He's the guy.
Hands down. But it's just change. It's something that people see a glimpse of, like CM Punk. When they had that going on, it was great because it stirred up the business, and then you kind of get people, plus they did it good by, sifting that little feud into CM Punk's hometown and stuff. So, I mean, you help it out a little bit by doing that. But Cena doesn't play into it, and I think that's the coolest part. He goes out there and just, yes, you can say I suck, or you can say I'm good, or whatever. But he's not. Normally because guys go out there and they suck and people lose their minds. They go, they're. But he just plays along with them. But without him, that company wouldn't have been where it is for the past 5-6 years.
Especially after the Attitude Era, he was kind of the guy they leaned on to grab everything together.
Yeah, put it back together at the end of that when all your Rocks and your Austins and the DXs and everybody were going away. He stepped up. He stepped up and he said, "I'll go to the plate and I'll throw it, pitch me whatever you want, and I'll knock it out of the park." He did hit it. He hit him every time they threw it at him.
Well, I thank you, man, for the time.
Yeah,
really appreciate it. Kip over here, Josh Heisberg, WrestleZone.com, and that's going to wrap it up for tonight.